This is Philip. Can everyone hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, I can hear you, Phil. And you, Brian.
All right, great. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. We can go on
Morning,
the
Judge.
Good morning. We can go on the record. Mr. Court Reporter, are you there?
This is the recorder.
Okay, we're on the record. Good morning, everyone. Today is August 24th, 2021. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 9:01. We're here in Public Service Commission case number 9614, which is captioned in the matter of the complaint of the staff of the Public Service Commission versus Direct Energy Services, LLC. We're here for a status hearing, and we have two recent filings, one by staff counsel, a stipulation of facts agreement, and one by Direct Energy Services. So we'll start by hearing from anyone who wants to start about where we are and what we need to go forward.
Your Honor, Philip Sheehan for the Office of People's Counsel. Good morning.
Good morning.
intend to oppose the motion from Direct Energy, and we were wondering if you had a deadline in mind for when we should file that motion.
Do you have a problem with just going forward orally this morning?
We would prefer to have time to carefully review their motion and respond to it. I think customarily, we should be afforded 10 days, perhaps 10 business days, which would be next Friday.
I understand. I'm doing everything I can not to have this case drag on any further. So I had hoped that we could go over any motions that we have this morning, but I'm going to table that request and go ahead and hear from either staff or the company.
Your Honor, staff.
Go ahead.
Staff does not oppose the motion, and we have all along stipulated to the admissions that are sought there by the company. So I just question if we don't resolve this today, and I don't oppose OPC having time to brief this if they feel that's what they need, because maybe they're seeing something here that I'm not aware of. But I just wonder where that puts us on our schedule, whether we're now kicked into the second phase here, where we're talking about evidentiary hearings on October 4th and 5th, or if we can still save just the brief, just going forward on briefing. And if we are, that's those initial briefs are due September 14th. So that doesn't give us a whole lot of time, but staff's willing to do whatever.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, you filed a stipulation of facts. It's not that extensive, and we have some things already in the record. Is it your opinion that you think we can go forward on briefs at this point, or are we looking at the second track that we discussed where we're going forward with hearings?
Well, that's my question. I mean, staff is willing to go forward just on the stipulation of facts, or the stipulation of facts as requested by the company just on the briefs. But if we can't come to some agreement on that, then I guess we'd have to have the evidentiary hearings. But at this point, I think perhaps OPC's goals in this phase are different than what staff believed this second phase was about, which was essentially determining some legal issues as to the applicability of the Maryland Telephone Solicitation Act. So I don't want to get in the way of them pursuing what they need to pursue. But as far as staff goes, we're happy to proceed on the briefs.
All right, Mr. Green.
Your Honor, thank you. We think that you can admit all three pieces of evidence that we've requested into the record. It's not going to necessitate or warrant an evidentiary hearing, and we can go forward on the briefing either on the initial September 14 and October 8 dates that we've previously agreed upon if we didn't need a hearing, or if we needed to alter those to give OPC whatever time it thinks it might need. But we don't think we need a hearing, whether you admit 1, 2, or 3 pieces of the testimony into the record. And the reasons for that are stated in our motion, and I don't want to say too much to sound like we're going into oral argument already, because I don't know that you're ready for that, or that OPC is agreed to do that today. So unless you want to hear it, I'm happy to do it. We did tell OPC last week that in the event we filed this type of motion, we would not oppose them having some additional time to respond to it because we were going to file it on Friday, and that we recognized that we had this hearing on Tuesday morning. So they would have time to review the motion, and if they felt they needed time to respond to it, we would not oppose that. I don't think they need 10 full days by the end of next week. We put this motion together pretty quickly, and you know, we're ready to get forward to briefing as well. So, you know, the motion, you know, the mailings and the scripts say what they say, and they're either going to say enough to comply with the MTSA and the precedents that we do have, or they don't, right? So, and they either comply with the COMARs or they don't. So there's no value in our view of having a hearing or a witness testify to what is said in these scripts or mailings, or for that matter, what the enrollment numbers are. We're just trying to have an accurate and full and complete record.
Mr. Shannon, I'll turn back to you since you are the one who's objecting to the motion at this point. So you can have
Yes.
another say.
Okay, yes, thank you, Your Honor. The, as I said, we would like additional time to respond to the motion. There are issues presented with, you know, prejudice to our clients, the ratepayers of, residential ratepayers of the state of Maryland, because of the sort of the late dump of additional information, evidence, and facts, which and it's not really supplemental. It's actually it all predates what had been submitted before. Another issue is Direct Energy seems now to be calling into question Ms. Baldwin's qualifications as an expert witness. That would affect our briefing. We don't feel that there's going to be a need for a evidentiary hearing, provided this motion is denied or limited in some way, and we would like time to brief that.
All right. OPC will have time to respond to that motion, but not a lot of time. Close the business Thursday, August 26th, and we will table this status conference, and we will reconvene on Friday, August the 27th at 10 o'clock. Is anybody not available at that time?
Staff's available.
OPC is available, Your Honor.
Direct Energy is available.
All right. So any response to the motion needs to be filed by close of business on Thursday, August 26th, and we will reconvene. Do you have a preference for 9 or 10 o'clock? I'm an early. We'll do 10 o'clock on Friday, August the 27th. That's this Friday. I will be issuing something at the end of that status conference saying what our next move is, if we're going forward with hearings or if we're going forward with briefs, so that it's a little more accessible to others to see what we're doing here in this case. So I will see you all bright and early this Friday, August 27th at 10 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We can go off the record.
Mr. Reporter, could I request a copy for OPC of the transcript?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? It's not, we don't care if it's broadcast live over the internet.
Yeah.
Put it in.